Welcome to Health Matters. Today we're here with Brian Campbell, who is a project consultant with Open Connections. Welcome, Brian. Can you just tell us a little bit about Open Connections and what you do?
Sure. Open Connections is a pilot project from Health Canada that's funded by the Health Region here in Moose Jaw in partnership with Thunder Creek Rehab Association. And basically what we do is we work with the youth of Moose Jaw between the ages of 12 and 24 that have psychosocial barriers due to substance use or at risk of developing those barriers. Mm-hmm. And so we run programming about 5 or 6 days a week for youth. And our program consists of recreational opportunities, psychosocial teaching moments, as well as different things like we'll do drop-in cooking, as well as other programs like out trips. We've taken the kids snowboarding, to concerts and to the Science Center in Regina numerous times.
Sounds like fun. How long has Open Connections been open, and how has the project changed over time?
Open Connections first opened their doors in December 2009, and we've changed quite a bit over the time. We've since moved facilities. We used to be in a smaller space on Main Street, but that quickly filled up with youth. And then we've since we moved in here, we've kind of integrated with other services provided by the Health Region. One group was we connected with the school team. We also work with transitions to employment. The reason we do that is because it provides the kids one spot to come and access a multitude of services. So it makes it easier on the youth to find, to get the services they need to without like zigzagging all over town. So it just provides one kind of spot where they can come and, like I said, get a number of different services in one location.
Mm-hmm. How many youth do you serve, and how do they access services?
That's a good question. Currently we serve over 200 youth. We're connected to over 200 youth. We have been, like I said, since we opened in 2009, they originally thought that we would connect to about 40 kids. We passed that in the first 3 or 4 months of the program. And they access us through a number of different doors. They can be referred through by their school, through the through the hospital, the police, their peer referral. That's probably the one that we're most excited about, is when kids feel comfortable enough to recommend us to their friends. So word of mouth is a big reason why we are connected to so many kids here in Moose Jaw. Mm-hmm. And probations is another source of youth. So there's a number of different entry points that kids can kind of get connected to our services.
Yeah. Could somebody just walk in?
Mm-hmm. Yep, as well as
just come in on their own? Right.
Yeah, kids can just come in on their own. We've had that happen. Especially we've had that happen numerous times when we first started. We were right on Main Street. We were a block or two from Tim Hortons. We were in between 2 schools, Peacock and Central. So we've seen a number of youth just kind of hear about us a little bit and then stop in to kind of find out more what we're all about exactly.
Mm-hmm. What is one of the biggest challenges that the population that you serve faces?
Some of the biggest challenges, I would say the biggest challenge facing our population today would be housing is a really big one. Moose Jaw has really low vacancy rates right now, and with an increase of rent over the last year, it's putting a lot of places out of their price range and forcing kids to live in situations that are unstable and not really conducive to the change many of them want to see in their life. So I'd say probably housing is a big issue right now.
What are some of the plans for Open Connections' future?
As I mentioned before, we're a pilot project, so our term was 3 years, and that's coming to an end here in March 2013. So what's happening now, and part of the work that I do, is just working with the team to create a sustainable environment for Open Connections. So we're reaching out to community partners. We're looking at ways that we can continue this project because we know the work that's being done here is very important for the youth, and it's become a resource for the youth in our community, and we'd hate to see that end. So we're working towards finding a solution past March 2013.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I would like to say that our outreach team is pretty tireless in their efforts to connect with youth. Our target population are youth that aren't engaged in any system in any way, so it takes a lot of work for our guys to go out, our guys and girls to go out and just kind of meet the kids where they're at. So we spend a lot of time in their environment and just where they're comfortable, like at Tim Hortons or at the schools or just out on the street where they're constantly going out and just kind of trying to spend time where the youth are and then using those relationships to connect them to resources like mental health and addictions counseling or the transitions to employment program. So it's a lot of hard work for those guys, and it's pretty tireless on their behalf. So I always like to take opportunities to kind of thank them and like brag about those guys because they put a lot of the hard work in.
Yeah. This is a great program with a lot of prevention capacity in it, and it helps the youth really make positive choices in the future, and that's amazing. So thank you, Brian.
No problem.